Women and gender issues have increasingly become very important in Asia in recognition of the fact that improvement of the condition of the people of the country must necessarily include development strategies related to women who make up almost half of the population. Most of the South Asian countries like Nepal, the women are still in the grip of socio-economic, cultural, political, religious stigma and could not play an assertive role in the activities beginning from family to state. Strong patriarchal and feudal structures of state represented by Shah dynasty, the monarch, in country for the last 237 years has been identified as a root cause for all these by all women. Women's work, intellect, and contribution has yet to be recognized either by the state or by the so-called progressive social movements of the country. NGOs with the strong patriarchal values make women as a decorative piece or just an object to receive funding from international donors. Human rights movement also echoes the same reality. It is quite rare to see women who are independent and can speak out of their mind in decision-making positions. It is even worse for women who are indigenous, Dalits, HIV/AIDS infected, sexual minorities, and disabled women. Whatever little space is available for these women that has already been occupied by women from high class, caste, and ethnicity. The indifference of political parties, government, and social movements to women's rights has affected women's daily life. It is a country with high maternal mortality rate, low life expectancy of women, and reproductive morbidity among women. There are clear evidences with cases of different forms of violence against women and violence against women human rights defenders who are active for prevention of violence against women and to facilitate access to justice for their fellow women.
महिलालाई पिट्यो संसारमा कति महिलालाई पिटिरहेको छ त्यो काम गर्नको लागि अब पिट्यो भने हामी मान्नेवाला छैन त्यति गरेर हामी निस्केको हामी महिला कति कुटाइ खाएर बस्छु हामी पीडित महिला कति बस्छु जसले पढे लेखेको छ त्यसले मात्रै बाँच्ने हो त हामी महिला होइन हामी मानव होइन हाम्रो पनि रक्षा कसो गरी पाउँ त्यो काम गरिदिनलाई म अनुरोध गर्दछु
There are prevalences of different forms of discriminatory practices against violence against women, resulting in low literacy rate, dowry deaths, and various forms of violences such as sexual, physical, political, mental, and commercial exploitation. Most common acts of violences in Nepal are rape, sexual harassment, dowry, as mentioned before, kidnapping, forced prostitution, trafficking, etc.
मेरो आफ्नै बिजनेस छ म तँलाई लगाउँछु त्यो काम लगाउँछु राम्रो पैसा हुन्छ महिनामा 1 लाख रुपैयाँ कमिन्छ भनेर उले त्यो कुरा राखेपछि कस्तो काम हो भनेर ल ठिकै छ भनेर मैले कुरा राख्दाखेरि उले मलाई दे व्यवहारको काममा लगायो अनि मैले भने आएको बेला मलाई घर पठाइदिए मैले त्यो काम गर्दिन मलाई चाहिएन पैसा भन्दाखेरि मेरो त 1,20,000 रुपैयाँ लागेको छ त्यो पैसा नउठुन ज्यादा म नेपाल पठाउँदिन तँलाई भने त्यसो भने अनि मलाई पठा नेपाल पठा म यसो गर्दिन भन्दाखेरि मलाई मार्ने धम्की दिने तँलाई मार्दिन्छु नि दबाई दिन्छु भन्ने त्यसो गर्ने डर धम्की दिने दुईजना नेपाली केटाहरू आएका थिए नेपाली केटाहरूसँग मैले सहयोग मागेँ हैन मलाई चाहिँ निकाल्दिनुस् म बाहिर नेपाल जान्छु भनेर चाहिँ मैले सहयोग मागेँ उहाँहरूले मलाई निकाल्न सफल हुनुभयो हैन
अनि सम्धिसँग झगडा भएको छ त्यो केटाको अनि मलाई जिउमा खनाएर भागिसकेको छ अनि मैले केही पनि भन्नुभएको छैन अनि त्यो केटालाई सम्धिसँग झगडा गर्दाखेरि अनि भन तपाईँ घरमा राखेको छ र डुकाएको छ भनेर भन्दै थियो अनि त्यतिखेर सम्झाउँदा नसम्झेर अनि मलाई जिउमा खनाएर भागिसकेको छ न 4 जनाको नाम दिएको थियो एसिड खनाएको अनि 4 जनाको नाम त्यहाँ हालेको थियो अनि हाल्दाखेरि 2 जनाको नाम काटेको अहिलेसम्म त्यो केटालाई पक्रेको छैन एउटाको अनि धरौटीमा छुटाएको भन्छ छुटाइदिन्छु म अनि मैले गएर अदालतमा भन्नुभएको यस्तो कुरा नभन्नु रे अनि मलाई जिन्दगी छैन अनि अर्कोले छुटाउनु हुन्छ भनेर मैले भने
Violence is indeed a product of social cultural, religious, and traditional values which perpetuate patriarchal attitudes at different levels. With the new parliament and formation of new council of ministers, there hasn't been much change on women's status, and the position could be observed. Parliament declared a historical declaration to ensure 33% of women in all state structures, but the same institution has ignored this decision to be taken into action. The formation of the Interim Constitution Drafting Committee, which was formed immediately after this decision, has completely excluded the participation of the women. The reaction of the women? They took it to the streets. The CPN Maoist and the seven-party alliances formed the new government recently. Unfortunately, it was only the Maoists who sent 33% of women's representation, whereas all the other parties failed to do so. Only CPN Maoist and CPN UML had sent 1 woman out of 5 members from the party to the Council of Ministers, which was, as mentioned before, completely ignored by the other parties. Similar practices can be seen in all commissions, which are supposed to be vital for state restructuring and peace-building process of the country. In spite of the government and party leaders' rhetoric to comply with the UN Security Council 1325, neither any parties nor the government are taking any steps to convert this into a reality for women. In the last 1 year, after restoration of democracy, violence against women has not been decreased, rather, it has taken other forms and modes. In spite of the rights assured to the women by the government, still the cruel incidents are repeated. In a recent incident in Gaur, 21st March 2007, criminals used rape as a weapon. It was said that the tragic incident occurred due to communal and revenge feeling spread by the Madhesi Jana Adhikar Forum and arrogance by the Maoist. The activist involved in monitoring the incident informed that 3 women who were trying to cross the Bagmati River in Pataya of Hachmania village were attacked by criminals who raped and killed them. Their bloods were spilled in the local village temple. The incident also shows that women were subjected to worse treatment just because they were women. The dignity of the women was violated. In addition, the government has been strongly criticized for not including women in the committee formed to probe the Gaur incident. Rampant impunity, lawlessness, and practices of discriminatory laws make it even difficult for women to get justice. Similarly, absence of any adequate support mechanism to women at community level is forcing women to be silent and tolerate the violences. Women within these movements are continuously being humiliated, harassed, and marginalized. Those women who speak against these forms of discriminatory practices and abuses are always in risks of being marginalized and cornered. Women's rights have yet to be considered as human rights, and the violations against them has not been accepted as a crime against humanity. They are still bound by patriarchal norms and values that creates an obstacle from providing the space, an opportunity for women to be free and independent. How long do women have to wait to be empowered? Or are they already empowered but invisible? Who knows?